Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is James. I love to read, and today I'm here to review the Sonic the Hedgehog IDW collection, Volume 1, which covers issues 1 through 12 by Ian Flynn and artist Tracy Yardley. I've been a Sonic fan since I was a child. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I always have. I just love him, his demeanor, his adventures that he has with his friends, his constant battle with Dr. Eggman and his badniks. I just love Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is something that has never went away. I've been collecting Sonic stuff since I was a kid. This right here, Sonic Secret Spin, which is actually, I think, Sonic issue 151 by Archie Comics. That was the first Sonic the Hedgehog comic I ever bought, and it was at a Barnes & Noble. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. There was a time where Archie Comics was just coming out with them consistently. It was a normal thing that you would see even as I, got older. But eventually, the Sonic license went from the Sonic books went from over there at Archie Comics to over here at IDW, and IDW has been putting out some amazing stuff. When Sonic transferred over to IDW, I wasn't quite sure what the quality would look like. I've been reading Sonic comics for years and years, and the quality always ebbed and flowed and ebbed and flowed. But there was some pretty great storylines, and I didn't know if what IDW was gonna do. But I was thoroughly surprised throughout this entire volume, all issues 1 through 12. I've just loved it. Basically, it's Sonic it's Sonic and Co. after beating Dr. Eggman. One big time there was a war and everything, and they overcame him and they overthrew him and beat him. And Sonic's just kind of drifting now, like he's just running around here and there, everywhere, saving people, but not really communicating too much with his friends until he starts running into them. And you start seeing the different type of stuff that they are doing themselves as individuals. Something that I didn't see a lot of in the Archie's comics. Tails was always more so behind Sonic with him at every single twist and turn, and never taking a lot of time to do his own thing. And then when he did, it was just for a short while, and he would always come back. Even Knuckles had his own little storylines that would go on. And everybody would just be so dependent on what Sonic was doing, and I wanted to see sort of what everybody else had going on sometimes. This does an amazing job of that. First issue is, I think, Sonic meets up with Tails in a town where Tails is helping the rebels against the remains of Dr. Robotnik's army, but he has his own thing going on. He has a seat of leadership, and he really works more so with Sonic as an equal, as a partner, as opposed to being right next to Sonic's and on his heels. Tails really comes into his own. And when Sonic offers him at the end of the battle, hey, yo, do you want to come with me? Tails really thinks about it, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna just stay here for right now and help these guys rebuild. I'll see you around. And I did not expect that. I thought it was just gonna be let's just get the band back together and let's just do that and other. But that doesn't happen till later on in here, that everybody gets together and on the same page. Next, I think he checks in with Amy. And Amy also holds a position of power. Her and Knuckles hold a position of power, and she's helping people out. But she doesn't pine after Sonic like that. She kind of has her own agency. She has her own development, her own character. She's very brave in her own right. She's always ready to, go ahead and scrap with or without Sonic being there. Of course, there's always the trope of her being in love with Sonic and all that stuff, and that issue as well. But she again shows surprising character development, something that I hadn't seen her. She's kind of independent. Yes, she likes Sonic, and yes, she's excited to see him. But yeah, it's so refreshing to see. Then we get to Knuckles, the Knucklehead. Same thing with him. It is really cool to see characters wanting to be independent from Sonic and do their own thing. I've never seen that. Everybody's always dependent on the title character to bring everyone together, sort of. But it isn't till later that plot lines start unraveling. Different foes from the past end up showing up from the different games that have shown up. Team Chaotix shows up, SBO, Charmy, Vector. Like it just ends up being a sort of reunion of the old, but they also create some really compelling new characters. Like there's a sniper, I can't remember her name right now, but she's like a sniper. I think her name is Whisper. And Whisper, like, is quiet. She has a mask. She looks really badass and is really cool. Like, she's awesome. She can pull off these crazy trick shots. There's another character who like has a huge tail. Like it is a huge tail, but like she uses it tactically. Like there's some like really cool, crazy, kooky characters that show up in this. Like the Wisps from the games show up. Like so much happens in this book. And in those 12 issues, like nothing is underrepresented. Everything is just balls to the walls, and it all fits together so well. I really also enjoy the art of Tracy Yardley, who I think he's been doing Sonic art for years at this point. But he came on IDW and he really like hit his stride, and he really was being consistent. There are also 3 other artists like Adam Bryce Thomas, Jennifer Hernandez, and Evan Stanley, excuse me. And they all bring it to, like, in all the different panels, like the battles between Sonic and the Badniks, like they get creative. Yes, it is Sonic versus these robots again, but it's Sonic and friends versus these robots. Like Amy does some crazy stuff with her hammer involving Sonic. Tails does some crazy stuff involving Sonic. Silver the Hedgehog does some crazy stuff with Sonic. Like they do crazy team attacks and stuff like that. It reminds me of Sonic Heroes. It reminds me of all these different games that have come before, and it's just amazing. Like this series is truthfully for the Sonic fans, but it also is something very different. If you want to see people get crazy with the panels, get crazy with the ideas, get crazy with the concepts, and do some really cool original stuff, like definitely pick this up. It was definitely worth it. I think I paid $60 for this, and I pre-ordered it. It's definitely worth the $60. Like IDW just doesn't miss with anything they put out. They really put time and passion into everything. This is coming from a person who loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who loves Transformers, who's seen what IDW has done with those books and continues to do, and that all comes into here. It's a fresh new era for Sonic, and I'm really excited for what they're doing. Like they don't get even past this, because I've read a little bit past this, so spoiler alert. But what they do with the arc after this, which is kind of like a metal zombie virus arc, they get really dark. They take you to some depths and some lows, man. Like it's scary. Man, it's such a masterful series. If you want to look at something that is a company that is taking an older franchise and doing something different with it and doing new things, but also harkening back to all the stuff that came before, like literally there are different references to each one of these games. Like there are different references to, there's a reference to Sonic Heroes in there. There's a reference to Sonic Adventure 2. Like Shadow shows up. Blaze shows up with the Soul Emeralds from the Sonic DS game. Like it's amazing. I highly recommend you check this out, especially if you're a Sonic fan. My name is James and I love reading, and have a good day.